Greetings, comrades. Hope this finds you well. Quick shout out to the INN, the Indian News Network, which I'm super stoked to be a part of. So we have yet another, example of the police just murdering somebody and caught on video. More often than not, police get away with, brutalizing, harassing, assaulting, murdering. It's not caught on camera. This one, this particular, cop murdering somebody for the fucking alleged crime of stealing, I think, a fucking toolbox from Walmart. This cop, Ryan Remington, murdered Richard Lee Richards, 61, and he was in a goddamn fucking wheelchair, and he shot him in the fucking back 9 fucking times for the crime of supposedly stealing a fucking toolbox from Walmart. The cop just straight up executed him for that. And again, it's just another example of how police in the United States uphold, capitalism, act as tools of social control, also, obviously uphold white supremacy as well. Cops don't make people safe. What makes people and communities safe is investing in those communities to improve their material conditions, things like education, housing, livable wage jobs. Cops are not part of the working class. They are enemies of the working class. Mental health care, access to, food, outdoors, fresh air, basically any other use of the funds, instead of giving it to the police, would greatly improve the safety of those communities. Because again, time and time again, throughout the history of the fucking police in the United States, again, they uphold capitalism and white supremacy. They don't keep people safe. If you actually think that, I have some nice swampland I would like to sell you, because that is some fucking juvenile, childish thinking, which frankly, that's not fair to kids and children, because if they have any type of historical analysis or understanding, even kids at this point, understand that cops do not make people safe. So I don't know if I can show this video on here. And I don't know necessarily if it's worth watching, but again, this fucking cop, shoots, Richard Lee Richards while he was in a goddamn fucking wheelchair 9 times in the back, and then tried to handcuff him as he lay dead on the fucking ground. Okay. And again, you notice the police in the United States are never on the right side of, social movements, whether it was the civil rights movements during the, 50s and 60s, during the Black Lives Matter movement now, during the, indigenous, folks protesting against, these various pipelines, whether in the settler colonial state of the United States or in Canada, the RCMP or the police or National Guard here, always on the wrong side of the social issues. Again, they uphold capitalism, white supremacy, imperialism, act as tools of social control, and they literally fucking murder and execute people for stealing a goddamn, allegedly stealing a goddamn fucking toolbox from Walmart. It's fucking disgusting. So there you go. This all started when an employee at a Walmart that shares a plaza with Lowe's, because this person was going into Lowe's after, had alerted the officer he saw Richards make off with the toolbox without paying and brandishing a knife at him. Again, if you're at work at one of these fucking stores, these big ass, multinational retail stores, what the fuck is wrong with you? Who gives a shit if people are stealing from fucking Walmart or Lowe's or Amazon or Apple or whatever the fuck? That's not hurting you. And then so I almost feel like when people call the cops and people fucking stealing shit, like, that they can end up being fucking executed, as happened in this case. So don't be a fucking narc. Don't be a snitch. Look the fucking other way. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. Fuck. Again, obviously, the police in the United States disproportionately, harm, brutalize, and murder BIPOC communities, poor people in general. Because again, why do you think people are fucking stealing stuff? Because they don't have any fucking prospects to get their needs met any other way, right? So again, we want to make people safe. We want to stop crime. You make people have a high quality of life so they don't have to commit crime to get their fucking resources met. Not that fucking hard to understand. That's again, this is another disgusting, endless example of why we need to defund the police, work towards abolishing the police in the United States. They do not keep people safe. More and more people are waking up to that realization. And if you actually think, that the police keep you safe, you've probably lived a very sheltered existence and you haven't either been, profiled, brutalized by the cops. And, more often than not, you're probably, probably a fairly wealthy person. You're probably, a white person who obviously there's some white privilege involved. If you're, driving and you have white skin, you're less likely to get pulled over, brutalized, or murdered than if you're a BIPOC person. But again, more and more people are waking up to this realization. Police in the United States do not make people safe. Again, any other use of this money than giving it to the police that, fucking just execute people in broad fucking daylight for allegedly stealing a goddamn fucking toolbox from Walmart. That's the fucking purpose that they serve, right? Protecting private property, this fucking toolbox, and then this person allegedly stole it, got executed, shot 9 times in the fucking back, and then handcuffed as they lay dying or dead on the goddamn fucking ground. And again, they were in a fucking wheelchair. Again, it wouldn't have made any difference if they weren't, but I mean, just kind of adds another level of, egregiousness, of despicableness to it, right? Abolish the fucking police. Abolish the fucking police. You can't say it enough. Like the video if you like the damn video. Subscribe for more content. All part of the people. Peace. Much love. Quick shout out to the 2 Uber comrades supporting my channel, my partner, and Indie Left News. Definitely check them out. They're a great resource. Peace.